I was trying to stalk y'all.
Some people can't. And if you can't, get to where you can, because that's just not right. Nobody slept, and we're just sitting here by the fire.
Make eye contact with him while he's taking a poop.
Grow your leg back out.
He was like, yeah, this man was trying to watch me take a dookie.
So, I mean, you're never too far out for that. I mean, if you just want to come hang out, shoot guns, come train, pull up. All right, let's see if we remember how to introduction ourselves.
What's up, guys? Welcome back.
Ladies and gentlemen, bum, bum, bum. Welcome to the Burden Society podcast. It matches, fam. It matches. It's got the fireworks. It's like a learning curve. This is what we did for like 300 episodes. Not nowhere near that many, but it felt like 2 years. And now I feel like I'm doing it for the first time. But we have the biggest asset. Currently the biggest asset. I mean, we have more, but this guy just won it. So we got Shane Mabry, a.k.a. Cowboy. He's got his trophy on his shoulder. Show the people. Just bring it up to him. Let's show it. Show it off. He is Himothy. Burden Society 4004, biggest asset. What does that even mean? No one even knows what that means.
It means I showed up.
He really did do that, though. He did show up. How many people were there? Like 9 people?
Yeah, and we left.
It was a good amount.
Yeah, it was about 9 people.
It wasn't no, nothing crazy, but it was something,
Never has to be crazy.
But look, you showed up, and that's all you had to do. It don't matter what everybody else does. It matters what you do. And you stayed in there, and you won. So how do you feel about that victory?
I mean, to be honest, I'm still not even sure. Like, literally, all I did was show up. My first one.
Well, look, I mean, sorry to interrupt you, but like you said, you just had to show up. But like, there's people that were supposed to show up that didn't show up. There's people that wasn't supposed to show up that didn't show up. So, I mean, biggest step of them all is just show them up. I mean, that goes for anything, like the gym or whatever. People just don't show up.
Right.
And if you could just show up, you're going to be the top 1%.
1%
Most people ain't going to show up. And some people are going to try to show up and not show up.
Yep.
Or not try. They're going to say they're going to show up, Peyton, and not show up. Or who else? We have a bunch of folks.
Yeah, a lot of folks.
Yeah, there was a bunch of folks that said that they were going to show up.
Let me count in my head how many people showed up. So we had, if you don't count me, Taylor, Ben, and Peyton, you had Shane, Ryan, Mike, Chris, Justin, and I think that was it. So, and Rick, he showed up.
Yep.
So that was 10. Yeah, so we had 10. Minus the 4 people. Like, we don't let me, Ben, Peyton, and Taylor. We participate, but we can't win because we make it. So it wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fair
for us to win because, like, we know what's going down. This is probably the easiest forge there's ever been.
Yeah.
Besides, like, the cold, like, there's so many people that showed up but just left. What's this? All right, so you got show up, just hold out. I don't know, stay. Just stay. I mean, only 3 people made it through the whole forge, and we cut it like 3 hours short.
I guess them staying was the biggest workout.
Yeah, I mean, so I wasn't going to punish you guys for staying. Be like, all right, time for y'all to die because nobody else stayed.
We did have that in store, though.
So, Rick, I don't know if you're watching. He didn't stay. He was the first one to leave. So, he's going through, like, he's got to get in shape, and he's going to come. He's going to come back. He's already talking smack for the next one that he's going to win. And he said that people don't even need to show up because it's going to be bad to come home to your wife and girlfriends if you lose to a 65-year-old one-legged man.
That
Who's
man's a
like-
beast for sure.
He was out there though, even though he wasn't staying or participating, he was out there finding firewood.
Yeah.
Like
In
he
the
stayed
dark.
for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in there
So he was the
finding
first to leave.
firewood and-
I mean, he really just was coming to check it out, so I'm not even going to hold that against him.
Right.
But honestly, this time, I don't like the people that left. I don't hold that against any of the people that actually left because of the reasons they left. You know, before the last forge, which we haven't had Mike on here, but Mike, we got to get you on soon. He won the third forge, and Mike, he was wanting to get that two-peat, but Shane knocked him out. Shane
I'm out.
said,
I'm out. For somebody that was the biggest asset for him, we need to change it to the biggest smack talker.
"Yeah, dude." Him and Ryan came in there talking
Yeah.
we're gonna win this, and I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna." I told myself, I was like, "Bro, it's probably not gonna be either of these fools." It's just the way they're talking.
I mean,
That definitely,
I
if you're
love
gonna,
the confidence.
yeah, the
confidence was
confidence is
awesome.
great. And going
Yeah.
back to that third forge where Mike won, Ryan
Mhm.
didn't even finish. So for him to come back with that confidence, I was really impressed with Ryan. Go from not finishing to, I think he got second place.
Yeah.
same.
I mean, even I voted for him. I know probably
He
not
sent me
supposed
his
to tell,
email, but
To lose.
he sent me his email, but I was like, I want to talk to Shane.
but
If we're still on in a little bit, I might send it to him. But yeah, so that last forge 003, we had people leave. Of course,
a lot.
Cody left. I could hold it more against everybody except Cody at that forge that left, because Ryan quit, other people quit. But with this forge, you know, who left next? Chris. He stayed actually a long time. It was actually a big deal, honestly, to me that he even showed up.
Right.
I mean, he's, you know, I just didn't expect him to show up, to be honest. So, I mean, to be honest,
But he definitely did
to be
show up.
honest
And
about
and
it, honestly.
he participated too, regardless.
Yeah, he participated, didn't complain. He just showed up and did the work. You know, obviously his fitness level wasn't, you know, where he couldn't run with us. But I was like, all right, for the time we're running, you're going to be walking. And if we had, you know, that's something that we, you know, with the forge, we want to make it to where anybody can do it. So if your physical ability is just not there, you know, we'll make it work. You're gonna work, but you know, if you can't run, because some people can't run right now, they can one day, but you know, some people can't.
Yeah,
And if you can't,
grow legs,
get to where you can, because that's just not right.
grow a leg back.
Do what?
And maybe they'll just grow a leg back. Say they don't
Yeah.
have one.
Yeah, Rick. Freaking one leg.
Grow that leg out, man.
Grow your leg back out. No, we're joking with him, guys.
Become an
Yeah,
asset.
he's actually a very wholesome dude.
Yeah, he can joke around.
Oh, he'll throw it straight back to you real quick too.
Yeah, he talks smack. He's already talking smack 6
Yep.
months ahead of time. So actually, it's like 8 months. So 8 months, plenty of time. He can move on those dang crutches, though.
Oh yeah, he was good at. It's
Y'all should have seen the way that he was climbing them hills.
Dude,
Really an advantage. I mean, he's got like 3 legs.
in the dark. Anyways, so I'm not going to hold it against the guys that. So Chris left. He hurt himself. So
Yeah.
in multiple ways. I mean, you get to a certain age, just laying on the ground camping hurts yourself. So you wake up, you ain't got no back left to you. Can't even bend
He was
over.
like 30. So he was now there.
Yeah, I'm literally almost 30, bruh. And I'm feeling it, bro. The other day, we're all over the place, but the other day, last week, I was squatting, and then I was like 3 sets in, I was like, I didn't do my warm-ups. I was like, okay, well, oops. The next day, I could hardly walk, bro. I was down for a week from not doing a 2-minute warm-up. I'm
I
getting
mean-
old. I'm getting
I
old.
mean, if we're being honest, 225 back squat's not that heavy.
It was like double that. Why can't we throwing your own numbers out there like that?
Oh, it ain't lying.
Oh yeah, 135 is pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
You gotta go to the gym, bro. Have you be going to the gym ever?
Not here late. Not here
Or
late.
just been busy. All
Yeah,
right, so
actually.
before we get back into the Forge stuff, we do have some like housekeeping and normal stuff we talk about. So
weird
Ben,
talking
you still
about
haven't
it
killed
over
any deer?
here. No, I have not. Probably not going to. We got what, 2 days left?
You got like 4 days. It's Sunday.
Oh, okay.
They extended it to the 2nd.
Yeah, that's what it said. They should have just extended it till late February. That's when the deer.
Till all the deer. We have so many deer. It's like
Till all the we can't kill them all. I promise you, we can't.
there's like when I was growing up, there was not this many deer, and like I killed 2 in like at once. So not at once, but like it's the same hunt.
I can see them raising our
now
limit for
nobody
sure.
believes that you even killed a deer because you said you killed 2 at once.
pictures. God, dog, there's so many out there. I shot and caught 2 at once. They're so crowded up. Look, I remember when I was a kid, I read something, and it was like the signs of deer overpopulation is when you see deer eating out of trees. And I actually saw my first hunt this year. I saw a deer eating out of a tree because
It was hungry.
all of them are eating it off the ground, so there's nothing left on the ground. They're going to eat in the tree.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm at 3 points in our competition. I don't think I really wanted to kill a buck, but I saw like this small 4 point. So I think Peyton's going to win. He got that 9 point. I got 3 does on the year.
I mean, you got that 9 point that he just got back.
Yeah. I got my meat back in less than a week and a half. Falk, I'm not going to call him out.
Yeah, I was going to say
The people he used are they're kind of slow. Anyways,
a lot of milk in the house left.
We're hitting all over the place, but fitness check-in. I got sick, got down to like 195, and I was like, heck yes. And then I got hydrated, and I was like 201 again. So I'm back on 199 after eating right for like 2 days. Shane, do you have any you haven't been to the gym? Give me a fitness goal for this year. Anything, just one goal.
I want to get to 185 to 190.
Body weight?
Yep.
Or back squat? Deadlift?
Body
Back
weight.
squat. Bitch.
Same, bro. I'm trying to get to sub 195. I was almost there.
Yeah. Hard to believe with my 6'2" frame, I'm only 160 pounds.
Yeah.
That's not helpful.
No,
Even at like 190, you're still going to look pretty small.
You're practically
not
same.
It's like 20 pounds more than what you weigh now. So you're going to look bigger, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people think, oh, that's just so much weight. Like, just like somebody my size. I mean, I'm 5'10", 200. I don't look big.
Yeah, but you also CrossFit. You don't bodybuild.
Yeah, but it's still body weight.
Big, short, and small.
What?
No.
Oh. Sorry if we keep saying what and Hunter Ben. We can't hear him.
So
Nobody
whispering.
Y'all be able to hear
What's
me.
this guy in the blue just moving his mouth for? Ben, have you hit your goal yet, bro, of 3,000-pound bench press?
Well, no, not yet, man. I'm like 2,950 right now, so we're almost there. 50 more pounds.
50 more?
Yeah, not blank. But no, I don't think I'm close to it either. I took like a week and a half off because we had a baby.
That's always good though. Like every time I've had like an injury or extended time off, I've always had to like, all right, this sucks because I have to reset. But like it's kind of like a trampoline. You got to go back down to get higher, right?
Yeah,
I feel like
I can see that too because I came
you
back
can get a
and
good rebound. I feel like you were pushing it and you were getting close, but like this time off and like this reset is going to get you there. He's trying to get a 365 bench. Is that right?
I think I can definitely get it if I just keep on presenting it the way I did. But I say the week off felt good, but mentally it didn't. It felt good on my body, but mentally I was literally like, I need to be at the gym right now. But now I got a baby to take care of. Soon she'll be in the gym. Just got to get her there.
I was trying to see if I could cut your volume up.
He was so focused. He was just like,
this Riverside, we haven't been on here in so long, like other than just recording, like everything is so different.
yeah,
That's
no,
so different, but it's
definitely
different.
strange.
All right, so you're trying to gain some weight. I'm trying to lose some weight. Bet. I officially, so the other day I was like, all right, it's time to lock in. I'm finna write out my fitness plan. I got like every day this week. I've got like, it's going down in the gym and get my runs wrote out. All right. I stayed up late, like Sunday night. I was like planning this out. And then I wake up 2 hours late Monday and it screwed my whole week up. Just from staying up doing that.
I will say
I hate
that
when that
my
happens,
mornings
bro.
have been better.
Do what?
So my mornings have been better than you're talking about waking up.
I love the morning. But like, dude, what about that trophy behind you? You already showed it off, but like, I mean, how much do you think that's worth? 5-6 million rubles?
Maybe in the future.
What is
Yeah,
it?
dude. I mean, if it survives the apocalypse,
That or survives my kids. Because as soon as I
Yeah.
brought it home,
it's been
They're like-
broken before.
fuck. Oh yeah, I seen the circuit close.
Yeah, my kids broke it. Actually, there's one back here. It's broken already.
We should do a trophy
Yeah,
bullet
I mean,
test.
This
in the
one's bigger.
screen.
This one's
Yeah.
huge.
That was one thing I was gonna say. It's actually very nice, decent quality. It's just the hammer ends up overpowering the hand to where it looks, instead of a hammer, it's a sledgehammer.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Shout out to Trevor for making those.
I was going to say,
Hey,
shout
yeah.
out to Trevor.
Trevor, we about to need some more, bro.
Yeah.
Trying to hook, I'm about to come down there and
Two
get
more
them.
left? One more left?
One more
There's
left.
One more left. It's a big
We
one.
got through the 5th. So sneak peek. We haven't planned this at all. Literally just have the name and idea. But so we have the Forge in like September, right? The next Forge for that 5th one. We have the Crucible. I'm going to throw this by you, Shane. I don't think we've told you. The Crucible. It's like the Forge, but it's 2 days. So it's basically, it started out, we were like, let's do like a fully tactical event in the summer. And I was like, I don't know if we're ready for that yet. And then we didn't have a name for it. We were just we had like 10 different names. Me and Ben and Peyton were throwing around. And then Peyton was like, Peyton come out one day, we were at the cigar shop and he was like, the Crucible. He's like, he just said that. And I was like, bro, you did it. That's it. And then it just that's how the Forge started too, I think, because we named it. I was like, I got this idea for an event, but I just need a name for it. That's kind of how I operate, though.
Put so much, I was going to say, we put so much thought into the name just to not have any.
Like, the name is like, because I need to know what it is, you know? I got to put a name on it, because you can't just tell people, oh, this is an event, we're doing this, because they don't know what it is. But they're still not going to know what it is, but.
I don't know. I have some, issues about, the name, but I think for one, we'd probably get hit with, copyright.
Oh, we're not that
Don't
big
want
yet.
the United States Marines coming after us. Not me, at least.
I don't think that's copyrighted. It's a tool.
We'll see.
You can't copyright the hammer or the nail.
That's a mold.
Somebody's
You can't
always made
copyright the
something.
mold or the fire. You know what I'm saying?
Technically, it's a process.
So that's just what they call their exercise, their FTX. It's not the Marine Corps event. This is the Forge and the Crucible, basically the same thing, but one's just harder.
10 times harder.
So it's not that. Our Crucible. We're not even talking about the Marine Corps because we're
okay.
like we don't even know it. We just know that's a thing, but we don't care what that is.
Yeah.
Even though I watched the History Channel.
I care about what it is.
Yeah, that's not what I meant. So
I've watched Austin Alexander's video.
Do what?
That's just a guy who does Marine courses.
I'll be watching the History Channel documentaries, bro.
Documentary.
Ryan even said something. Is that like the Marines? I'm like, nah, bro. This is the Forge squared. So you can't. We had this
run.
We had this thing where we were like doing different tiers of the Forge, but I felt like that was too confusing to people, just random people. So I feel like if we have different names for stuff, it would kind of give it a better differentiation.
Yeah, it was definitely confusing.
Because I wanted it to be different events. I don't want it to be like, well, this Forge is actually, it's just a 2-day Forge and it's harder. So, well, this guy did the Forge and it wasn't that bad. And then they come and they're not prepared. So this is basically the elite Forge. Elite. I say elite. It's not elite. It's like you probably need to have came to a Forge or two and probably need to be well equipped for this event. So right now it's the Crucible. Cowboy trying to make me second guess myself. I'm going to have to look up, is the Crucible copyrighted? We're going to call it the Crucifix and we're just going to crucify everybody.
Yeah. Whoa.
So my idea, so I'm going to give a hint to what one of my ideas are. So with the Forge, our basic format now is 24 hours. And it's not necessarily super strict on the equipment, like as long as you have the 5 items. But with this event, it's like you need to know your stuff and you need to be legit. Just like almost everybody that's came to the Forge so far and finished would qualify to come to this the Crucible, TBD. And so I'm thinking, all right, let's go back. I'm getting too excited. The Forge is like, we come together. It's pretty easy on night 1, and we're having like a meal together. And then day 2, or when you wake up in the morning, it's kind of intense. Supposed to be. This one wasn't. But it's kind of intense, and then you kind of have a meal, and then you go home. It's 24 hours. We consider it to be entry level. We do have a couple items you have to bring, and it does cost money. So that's really the only things. I mean, I feel like if you're paying for something, it makes you take it more serious. And if you have to have a list, it makes it seem more serious. But the Crucible, it's going to be a little bit more strict on who we let come and the equipment. But so instead of just a nice, happy meal, it's like we're coming together. We're going to split off in our groups, and it's immediately you're into the action. Like we're breaking up. So this is my first initial idea. It's not really going to ruin anything. Is we break off into our groups, and we all have to have our individual campsites, but they're hide sites. So you're trying to hide. You got to go find somewhere to hide, set up your little poncho, and like you all hanging out in there for a predetermined amount of time. And then we'll do some stuff. And then I'm not going to tell every idea, but we'll probably have a big meal together at the end of the first night. Not the first night, the second night. Because it'll be 2 nights, 2 breakfasts. Yeah. I think the final, when we wake up on Sunday, we'll probably have a real nice breakfast. And that'll be where we just kind of hang out. And that'll be our big conclusion breakfast. So it'll be like Friday night, all day Saturday, and then Sunday morning. And it's going to be good. Right now it's the Crucible, but Shane ruined it. No, it's actually still pretty perfect, honestly.
What I mean, just off the top of my head, what if we call it I want to try to go in the lines of the Ford, but at the same time, if we're starting a new tier, we need
What's
to
up,
call it
Ryan?
different.
Yeah. Well, we try to. I want to distinguish it because there's really nothing new. Like nothing that we doing. This is not original. A lot of these ideas that we have are not they're original ideas, but it's like we're modeling this after somebody. And there's this company called 307 Project. I might actually pull it up.
Well, here's my suggestion for a name. I was thinking the Summoning.
The Summoning.
Yeah, the Summoning.
That's actually a cool name.
Yeah.
Just make a list of names, and we'll just
Summing
make
everybody in to be one. Really, that should have been tier 1 because
been a good
summoning everybody in.
Tier 3. You guys see that's the problem with the tiers is because you think tier 1's the entry level.
Yeah.
And it's tier 1's the highest. So that's why it's confusing because we did that and we distinguished it. All right, so I'm gonna see if I'm gonna share this screen.
But yeah, I mean,
all right, so this is the company. I'll start right here. Can you see this?
Yeah.
All right, so this is the company. It's called 307. They're Christians. They're doing basically what we want to do. But I mean, the guy was a Navy SEAL, so obviously his platform is going to be a lot bigger.
Better.
Yeah, I mean, he knows. I mean, it's just bad. I'd recommend his stuff before ours. But they have these 4. I wouldn't say 4 range training, I guess. 4 events. So they have the basic course. It's pretty basic. They don't tell you a whole bunch, and they don't tell you prices. I'm going to guess that they're probably $500 to $1,000. That seems to be the going price. But you have to apply to it. And it's just basics. The basic course is basics. It's going to stretch you like never before as you spend time deep in the wilderness learning how to become a more complete version of yourself. And that's basically what we're trying to do with the Forge. Just different words. And then they have the Proving Ground. Let's see what it says. You will experience new limits and be stretched to your maximum potential. I mean, it sounds really similar to the same thing they said about the basic course, but I'm just assuming that it's probably going to be harder. Maybe more physical for the Proving Ground, and the basic course is more of their teaching and it's physical, which is kind of what we're trying to do with the Forge, is make it where people can come and learn and just be more have more capabilities, basically.
Man.
Just get better all around. It's like a shotgun. Like we're trying to hit a little bit of everything, and it's not going to be like a super in-depth on anything. But but
the issue, with us is that we try to time crunch everything in too tight to where we're not able to fulfill the actual tasks that need to be handled.
I think the last Forge was probably the best because I feel like more along the lines of we're really not trying to make experts out of anybody because we're not really experts at any of this stuff, but we're going to teach you what we know. But like the Forge, a big part of the Forge is like the spiritual side.
Yeah.
And we're going to do events probably is probably like more physical, where it's like super fitness based. Like this Rite of Passage. This Rite of Passage course is 24 hours of just moving and like backpacking and surviving for 24 hours. That's literally it. Eat, drink, move. And they actually are starting a new course. It's good to see you back, Ben.
Right,
Did you feed the baby?
No, she was being fussy.
So like I was saying, they have this other event called the Rite of Passage, and it's literally just 24 hours, eat, drink, and move, like you're backpacking 24 hours straight. Just the goal. What's up, dude? The goal is to just not quit. And they actually have one that's an advanced, what they call it, the ROP course, advanced Rite of Passage. I don't know what it is. It's new. So actually, I want to do some of their events, but like, see how they have these different events and they have the different names.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I don't want all of our events to just be called the Forge this, the Forge that. I want to have, like, we got the Forge, okay? Basically our basic course. And then we have the Crucible or the Summoning. He come up with the Summoning. I feel like that could fit somewhere. Like, we're trying to brainstorm these different events. We want to make them premium events. Like, we don't want to do too many to where it's like, okay, well, you know, they're just camping out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to cheapen it.
I think it a little spaz. Oh, I figured out. So, according to Google, the Crucible name is not copyrighted.
Duh.
Because it falls.
He's trying to say, like, people that are in the Marines and stuff, they're going to think, y'all are trying to copy us, you know.
That's anybody. They're going to think that regardless of what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, them guys got guns. They're
trying to be in the daggum army. Why don't you just join the National Guard? I've seen that on people. It's like, every time I watch a video, it's like, they're like, we're civilians. We're out here training. It's like, just join the National Guard. Why? I want to see. I'll go into my story, Shane, because you're not in. Which one of y'all has a gun? You have a lot of siblings in the military.
Yes, a lot.
I highly respect that. And I actually was going to join the National Guard here right before I had kids. But, you know, the way the country was going, I didn't want to be over in Ukraine fighting a war, and my family's in the war here. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way, that's just me. I'm not like saying this is, oh, you're in the army, you don't love your family. I'm like, no, I mean, like, if you feel like that's what you should be doing, do that. But for me, like, what we're doing now was not even in the picture. Like, I wasn't even that into, like, guns like that. Yeah, Ryan, you're in the State Guard. Shut up. He said lame. I don't know what this dude talking about. I ain't trying to disrespect the State Guard, but I'm just making fun. I'm just picking on Ryan. And so I wasn't even that into guns, bro. Then I wasn't like into none of this stuff. I had never even camped at that point. So it just fell into place. Like, this was like 5 years ago, whenever I was going to join the National Guard, and I decided that, okay. Originally I was like, well, I'm going to wait till we have the baby, and then I ultimately decided, like, I wanted to be here to defend my family, and that kind of started the process where 3, 4, 5 years down the road, I'm training to defend my family. Like, I wasn't even capable of defending my family at that point, honestly.
Ben, what are you doing?
Mo's just distracting. His gun's louder than his voice.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to take the slide off because it got stuck. But I can't show it. So.
No, yeah, I got a lot of family and friends in the military, and it's my difficult thing is like it's a big giant influence on me, and you know I've got my two. Yeah, I feel the same way that you do, as in, like, you know, I want to do it. I'm still at that age where I can do it, but at the same time, I'd rather be here and be able to protect my family because, quite frankly, my brother's all the way over in Washington, and everybody else is like an hour or more away from my family, and, you know, stuff hits the fan. Nobody's going to be here except for y'all. And don't get me wrong, I would trust y'all 110%, but at the same time, I'm like, you know,
you don't trust nobody like yourself, though.
Exactly. Like, I know everything about my rifle, everything about my rifle. I know where it's at. I know where all the, you know, shells, bullets, whatever you want to call them, know where the magazine door. Nobody else does. they might know where it's at their house, but anybody here don't know.
I mean, even like we talk about this all the time. Like, if you're dependent on the police to protect you, you're already dead. I mean, it's going to take them if they're around the corner, at least 5 minutes, and
I don't know.
probably average of 30.
I don't know. Oh, Dave, man.
Well, that's different, you know.
Oh, Dave. I
added him on Facebook today.
That's my brother for sure. I mean, he's not blood, but that man.
Even
right
then,
there,
they can't be with everybody at all times.
No, absolutely.
And even
not.
then, like someone pulls a gun on him, the gun's already pulled. They already have the advantage on him. So what I'm saying is, it takes 30 seconds or less for you to be dead.
Yep.
Like, and before you can even call the police, you're dead. Before the police show up, you're dead. You have the closest thing to any type of advantage would be yourself. You're your own first response. And really, that's what we're trying to help people with these events is you come, you're going to be better able to protect your family when you leave. Maybe not be a Navy SEAL, but you'll probably be able to shoot your handgun a little better. If we get to it, you'll be able to shoot your AR a little better because I think that's important.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't think that's important, but I think if you have the guns, you need to train with it.
I mean, I'll be 100% honest. Up until, the last forge I was on, 003, I've never owned a AR before. And coming out there, fresh on an AR, don't know anything about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was, a little uneven. I mean, y'all can even tell I wasn't loose. I wasn't interactive or anything like that. And it got to a point where I was like, you know what? It's either learn about it now or just sit back and watch everybody else. And I was like,
and I think that's where we may not be super experts, but like we're at that point where we're learning too. Like I didn't have an AR a year ago. I don't think so. Yeah, I actually did. So I didn't have an AR 2 years ago.
Yeah. And October was it October? Probably September. Well, when was the last forge held? September?
Yeah, August.
August.
So like, we're not claiming to be experts, but it's like, hey, this is some stuff we've learned. We could show you that. Yep. And as time goes on, eventually we probably will be considered experts. According to people that, I'm not saying we're going to be the best of the best, but like, like we are, if you think about it in perspective, like just saying that we're not experts, but like you take someone off the street that's never even shot a gun, we're experts to them. Like what we could teach them, if we're at least teachers is what I'm trying to say. Nobody's the, ultimate.
You're right.
And everybody's always learning.
Exactly. I mean, it's just, for instance, today, I'm doing my job and I'm helping a customer and the customer's standing there watching me. He's like, how do you know how to do everything? Like, what did you do? I was like, man, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what I'm doing. I just know it goes back on the same way I took it off. I broke some things down, and after a minute, he's like, dude, why don't you go do your own thing? And, not my thing. He's like, but you're smart. Like, you're like top level smart on this stuff. I'm like, I'm far from it, buddy. Far from it.
Yeah. So like him, you're an expert but to you, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I have no clue what I'm doing.
When you get to that point where you're like, I'm an expert, that's like,
that's
where you're in trouble. Ryan said, I'm an expert. He said he's an expert in his field. What's your field, bro? Like the cornfield? Oh, so I'm thinking about like applying to one of these events.
So I was going to say this too. You ever come out to a forge, anybody that's in, Mississippi, Tennessee area or surrounding states, you ever come out to a forge, don't get me wrong. You don't have to just take what we're saying and be like, oh, well, this is the absolute way. For one, do your research. Two, there's other places that will train you on how to properly do things. Like me, I've been doing this for a minute, but I'm actually deciding on there's a place over in Nesbitt, Mississippi. What is it called? Is that something Kingdom? It's a real nice place, but it's not very expensive. They're going to show you the basics. They're going to teach you how to shoot a gun and all that stuff. You get a permit, everything else, and if you get bored of that, you go in there.
Enhanced carry.
Yeah, and then you get done with that, and you're able to go into enhanced carry, turn around, do tactical training, which I'm really excited for once I get past everything else.
Yeah, definitely. I'm always saying like, hey, we're doing these events, but like, we need to get training ourselves. We need to go out and spend a little money and go like do these other events and take notes, man. Come improve our event and just and get better at what we're doing. Like,
right. I mean,
obviously we can't do a course on survival alone or firearms alone, but we could go take those and that'll definitely improve what we can do. And eventually we'll get to where we can do these events.
Right. And don't get me wrong. It's, the place I'm looking at for all of the courses is probably about $700, which is not that expensive if you really
for all the courses.
For all the courses,
yeah, that's
roughly
pretty good.
Around $700.
That's it. So, where's that at?
Nesbitt.
You're gonna have to link it up, bro. I'm debating to try one of these 3 of the 7 projects. I just don't know how much they are, but also like the barrel and hatchet course, they have like just a rifle course and a handgun course.
Like going to do it? Or...
It's in Florida.
I think it's called Kingdom Tactical or something like that in Nesbitt. You look that up? No, it's Kingdom.
Yeah, Kingdom Elite Tactical.
Yes.
So what are you doing? Are you doing
Nesbitt,
like
I'm gonna pull it up. We're gonna
like
advertise
competition shooting or something? Or?
What?
But it's just, what does it train you for?
Excellence in training. Let's see what they have going on. Training calendar. They got beginners, enhanced permit, intermediate, tactical courses. Ooh, dynamic response survival training.
Yeah, they got
oh my
everything,
goodness,
man.
They got all kinds of stuff. But you could get access to all this for $700?
Roughly. I mean, obviously I haven't dug through everything, but I know the first couple courses, it's roughly around $700. I know for the beginners class it's $75.
Which I have my enhanced carry, so I already have this. I'm onto this stuff. I need to what? This is up the road, dude. This isn't like Nesbitt. That's like that's like our neighborhood.
Yeah.
So Ben, we need to look into that. That's closer. I'd rather, that's a lot easier than driving 6 hours. I mean, obviously, I'd probably still do that in the future, but.
And it is
this right here.
Yeah, it's owned by a retired Special Forces member. Yeah, I'm pretty sure from what I read.
Have you done it yet? Or are you just thinking about it?
No, it is
they got
the day. I gotta look at the calendar. I can't remember.
Krav Maga tactical knife fighting on March 8th. It's only $65.
Yep.
We'll do it.
Dude, that sounds like fun. Let's see if I can figure out some other stuff. But like Ben, like we're trying to talk about the future and like daydreaming here. What's some stuff you like want to do in the future with the Burden Society and like the Forge events, etc.?
I would say
where you see us going with this?
Definitely super big community outreach would be like my dream. Like doing maybe like a cross carry or something like that. But like I can envision just tons of people doing it behind us. Realistically, I'd like to do something like the Forge for like a week or something like I'd call it something. I don't know, but like a week
Forge
where each day we can just prioritize certain stuff throughout the week. Like Monday straight. Yeah, kill yourself pretty
No,
much.
we call it Heaven Week, bro.
Heaven Week. Yeah, Heaven Week.
Like heaven, yeah.
But something like that for sure. And then just have, a lot of stuff building up to it. But like even like tactical games, just workouts like that, where you're having to be in distress and doing stuff, making
we're definitely
split-second
finna start doing
decisions.
that.
That's what I really want to do. Because I was watching that guy using videos of it. I watched all 4 of his episodes.
I've only watched the one. So.
I watched the other ones. They're pretty good.
Dude, I've been wanting to get into some tactical game stuff for a minute, but we just haven't done it.
That stuff is...
Come to a range day, and we're going to start doing that stuff.
Yes, sir.
So that's one thing we're doing, too, on top of the Forge. Obviously, we're doing 2 Forges a year. We got this new event coming up in the summer, which I'm going to try to get like some promo videos for. But just our range days, just come to range. They're like free, so just come and get, like, if you don't know how to shoot your gun, you don't ever shoot your gun, come shoot it.
We'll show you.
We have people come to the Forges all the time that have guns, and they just don't train with them, and we have to teach them the basics. And I mean, that's what we're here for. If you don't know the basics, I mean, that's your basics. That's your foundation. So you need to do that. We're not like shaming you or anything, but like, you need to be able to grip your gun properly. And a lot of people think they can,
and not,
but you might be able to. But we do
firearm.
It every time we get together. We learn this stuff. Like, we're doing the fundamentals. So I mean, you're never too far out for that. I mean, if you just want to come hang out, shoot guns, come train, pull up. We do 1 a month. The Forge counts as our 1 a month. So we're gonna, in just a few weeks, we're gonna have one. We're probably gonna do a community camp and
another
little range day here in the next few weeks. So just stay on the lookout on our Facebook page.
Hopefully, it's not super cold, which it probably will be.
Well, I mean, the Forge was like 20s, so
I
feel like I'm invincible now.
I thought I was gonna die. I put my pad a little bit too far away from the fire.
I was fine until like Justin got up and woke me up.
Until I got out of the bag, I was like, "Oh, this isn't."
I woke up. Shane was up. I saw him. He was up, and then Justin was just yapping about something, and I was like, I was just listening. And then I was like, "Man, I'm kind of cold." Yeah. The way he just creeped around there.
Here's the thing about me. I'm putting sheets on my bed, but here's the thing about me is the fact that when I went to sleep, my sleeping bag was completely dry. I woke up.
It was wet.
My sleeping bag was soaking wet.
That's not bad.
Yeah, those sleeping bags, man, they get some moisture.
Yeah, big time.
Because it's just your body heat. It's that humidity, and it's just.
I was to be watching on these kids.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking, Ryan, is like the Forge is the Army's thing, and then the Crucible is the Marines thing. So we just need to figure out what the Air Force and Coast Guard, Space Force, what's the other one? The Navy. We need to figure out what all their field training exercises are called and just make our events named after those. National Guard is the Army, so.
I mean, if we're being fair, there's not really much we could do about Air Force.
Well, theirs is probably like.
Sitting in a chair all day, about 8 hours a day.
What would their field training exercise be? Just come up with.
I'm just talking smack. I'm not being serious.
Yeah, I know you are.
Coast Guard.
I don't want somebody hating me in the comments.
The Coast Guard one would just be the float, right? All right, so live on the air here. I'm going. Yeah, Space Force don't have they. Yeah, they do. They got the they're just out in the space. That's their field training exercise, bro. All right, so y'all see this?
Yeah.
All right, so should I do the basic course first?
No,
I think I should do the basic course. Huh? You got to talk louder,
Are you
man.
gonna
I
go
can't
up there
hear you.
with them?
Yeah, this is in Georgia right here. You should sign up too,
I
man.
need to go do it then. Go meet them. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, that's why I think
I
May.
probably wouldn't broadcast this on air.
I'm doing it. Like, my email's already out there, so it's just
Why?
my name and my email. So that's it.
Yeah, put your credit card information there too.
Yeah, there's no there's no prices or anything on any of this. So you're just like applying. Who am I? What? What should I say?
You got to put some sort of sobby.
That guy.
Like,
I'm him. Timothy. Oh,
so
man.
They have to.
I don't even know. I might have to
accept
come
you.
back to that. That's going to get too personal. I am the leader of the Burton Society, one of 4 leaders. The owners.
I
We're
bet you
trying
they
to
give
become
you.
like you. Can you just teach me everything you know?
Bet you they'll give you some dope stuff too.
I bet it'd be a good event. I hear a lot about their rite of passage. Just because, I don't know why. I mean, let's see. They have 2 basic courses a year. They have 1 proving ground, which is actually coming up in February. They said, if you would like to be considered for an upcoming mission, please complete the form below. Rite of passage, they have 4. That's pretty cool. Ryan, what you doing, bro?
I was monitoring Facebook and I just kind of left it.
What?
I said I was monitoring Facebook and then I just kind of left it.
Bro can't even monitor your own voice, bro.
Yeah.
Bro got his email, bro. I'm not gonna say it, just out of privacy, but his email is his name and then his initials. I'm sending him an invite. Maybe he'll show up and talk smack. Well, what did you think about this forge? I wanted to like review the forge, but I mean, I guess we could just say that 9 started. Well, we'll say 5 started, 3 finished, 6 started really, but 5 really only started. But if you want to make it sound even cooler, 9 started and 3 finished. Because technically we can't even finish, man.
Yeah, you're right.
DNF. Taking the L right out the bat.
Yeah, me and Peyton just... I want to have like a special forge one day of like just people that have won. And be like, all right, this is it. You're the asset of all assets. That would be a great... That's it. That's the trophy. Instead of the biggest asset, it's just the biggest asset.
The big old peak. No, I'm kidding.
It's got to be some. Yeah. I feel like we should give an award for the person that sucks the most. The Glock Dookie Award.
Dude, that's what I say. We gotta have some sort of punishment.
Who was it that brought that up?
Have some sort of what?
Punishment for the biggest loser. Like,
Yeah, that's a... Wow, they won't even do the punishment, bro. Really, the biggest
we
losers are the ones that don't show up.
we just jump them.
Yeah.
They don't do it.
So I'm thinking, like, for the Crucible, we all got to fight.
I'm gonna watch a video after this of the day in the life of a Space Force cadet. I just want to see what they do.
That's kind of interesting. I'm like, what's their basic training look like?
They like shooting lasers and stuff. Launching
Bro,
drones. Drone
I was just
warfare.
thinking about
Laser
this,
tag.
like, last week after the inauguration. I was like, man, Trump is like, he's pretty creative.
Bro, them
Because
gas
he
prices
just thinks
still
of this
up.
stuff. It's like,
It's-
no other president thought about the Space Force. But this dude's like, everybody's like, the Space Force, what? And he's like, yeah, we're doing the Space Force, and he did it. We literally have a Space Force. And there's like, I can't remember what else it was. Oh, instead of the IRS, it was the ERS, the External Revenue Service. I'm like, bro, this dude, like, nobody else is thinking about this
Is there
stuff.
really a halt on all federal funding right now?
A what?
When all federal funding. I've seen that.
It's not all, just a lot, I guess.
Stimulus.
They said that everybody's saying that like Medicaid and all that shut down, but those things are exempt.
Yeah.
Anything that provides direct benefits to citizens is not shut down.
Legitimate.
So stuff that you can apply for, like
Right, yeah, like Medicaid, food stamps,
I'm gonna get my WIC before it shuts down.
Social Security, VA, stuff like that.
Imagine if they took
don't
away
get me wrong.
retirement. That'd be crazy.
Ben just talks and like I'm just like just I don't know.
He sounds so soft.
I said, imagine if they took away retirement.
There we go.
That's more like it. Say it with your chest.
That's what I was always saying. Is like that is like nobody will ever like do anything. Like if it gets out of control, like nobody's gonna like rise up or anything just because everybody depends on the government for almost everything.
I mean, think about this. Like you got all these people throwing fits about all this crap. I mean, y'all were making fun of us whenever we were throwing fits about the Biden-Harris administration putting the middle class and low class through hell or
See
heaven.
the Pope or the priest who said, "God have mercy on the gays." Trump, please have mercy on the gays.
He's just sitting there like.
I was dying laughing. He was getting fed up too.
No, what's crazy is I forgot what was crazy. That was crazy.
Right.
No, like, go ahead, dude, because I forgot.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, this just off the top of my head. It's the fact of, like, they made fun of us the entire time Biden-Harris administration was in office, running the United States to the ground.
It was like grocery prices are fine for 4 years, and it's like, why are egg prices not down? It's your fault, Trump. It's like, bro's been the president for 1 week.
Right.
I just said that a second ago. I said it.
But at the same time, he's done more in the past week than the Biden did for 4 years. Like,
right.
They got in there, and it was like day 1, 0 to 100. It's every day I'm seeing ICE agents in every town, like on my Facebook. I don't know if it's real. It's probably fake. But
here's
like, ICE is in here deporting. I'm like, dang, bro, I didn't even know they still existed.
And here's the thing, like, don't get any of this wrong for the people that are watching. Like, we don't want everybody to get, deported or separated from their family.
It's like,
it's just
I'm white. I'm like 25% Mexican.
That's what I'd say too.
We just want our United States back. Like, we don't want illegal immigrants in here. Actual illegal immigrants, not Ben. We're fine with Ben. He's okay right now.
Well, regular immigrants have to be vetted.
Right.
Here's the thing though, too.
Illegal immigrants already committed a crime. Broke the law to get in here. So it's like, you're already criminals,
right?
But they're not even vetted.
It's like that video of that lady. She straight up said, well, what about the immigrants that are here that have not been properly vetted? Well, they're illegal because they came across and didn't properly get vetted.
I think I don't remember where I heard this, but it was like 75% of crime in New York right now is committed by illegal immigrants. That's crazy. Ben, you were saying something, but there's no sound coming out of your mouth.
I think a big thing too is a lot of people are getting offended because they think when people say immigrants, they all specify to one race, which it's not. Immigrants could be an American who leaves America and says that he is no longer a sovereign citizen, then comes back. That's an immigrant. Because you can't you can't sit there and say I was a citizen if you declared that you left. But the biggest thing too is like there's a lot of money going nowhere with all these people over here. Not to mention they're still getting over here somehow. I mean, you look at all these people and families that are complaining that they have loved ones who they don't want to get deported. But those same one add to the majority, and when other people see it happen, they're going to start coming too. I think the biggest controversy is like, oh, why can't they do more to, nitpick all the criminals out of them? The thing is if you give leniency to some of them, then you have to give it to all of them. Because, I mean, you're just going to make a giant outright war. But people don't think that way. They're just thinking about the good ones versus the bad ones. But, I mean, if you came over here illegally, you've already committed a crime, like Dylan said.
You do that in any other country, you're just done.
Right.
Yeah, they'll literally kill you. If you try to leave the country, they'll kill you.
Here's a good example.
Some of you can't get out, some of you can't get in. So,
right. And here's a good example. You're talking about like weeding out the bad and keeping the good, but you got to think about it. Say you're doing woodworking, which my brother talks about all the freaking time. It's kind of annoying, but you take 80 grit sandpaper and you sand down a piece of wood. You're going to take out a lot of stuff. But if you only do 300, which is, trying to filter some, but not all, you're not going to get as much surface removed if you're using that 80 grit. Mm-hmm. So instead of taking the easier way, you just need to take the harder way and get the crap done.
Right. And I think too, once we start implementing this and we get the people that aren't supposed to be here out, it'll make it easier to get people back that want to be here or that want to get here legally. We just have to, start the process doing this.
And the ones that said that they wanted to leave, bye.
They're not leaving.
Bye.
But I don't understand, like, people's mindsets when they see, there's these illegal immigrants, no matter what race, are committing crimes left and right. I mean, you have different people coming over here in like uniforms, like military uniforms from different people, cartel members, stuff like that. The amount of terrorists that are coming across,
Chinese,
and it's just, I think the craziest thing too is the amount of disrespect that people like that get when they come across here and the way that they act. I went to, I'm trying to make this not sound racist, and I'm not being racist, but a guy was working at Subway, and he was working behind the counter. The most disrespectful, laziest person I met. And it just made me think, these people try their hardest to get across the border just to not do anything, just to not work, just to have a certain called freedom, and then continue to do stuff that they wouldn't do in their own country. And then they're wondering why we have an issue with it. Because, when you don't pay your taxes, when you don't do these different things, you're making it harder on the people that do. Because then we got to do more just to keep the country going. And the country's already in debt. The country's already failing. So, kind of just speeding up our demise. But people are going to complain regardless, especially if it's Trump. Because, of course, everybody's first thought is, oh, Trump's a racist because he's automatically doing this the first thing. But, this is influential in many different ways, not just kicking out Mexicans, kicking out Muslims or whatever.
Colombians.
Did
y'all see that story about the Colombians?
I have not.
They loaded up a bunch of Colombians and sent them back to Colombia. And the president of Colombia was like, "We're not taking them, send them back." And then Trump was like, "Well, okay, since you're not taking them, we're going to revoke all of your visas for everybody that's Colombian in America. We're going to put tariffs on you." It was like all these different things. And within the hour, they were sending the presidential jet of Colombia to pick up Colombian immigrants. At least that's the story. You never know what's really
insane.
True. But I know the left loves to be like, the right is misinformation capital. Oh, this is misinformation, or whatever their word is they say. Or it's, but it's like, hey, it's like, with the Medicaid thing or the federal funding thing, you got Democratic congresswomen sharing and being like, he shut down Medicaid. He did not shut down Medicaid. It was literally exempt. But everybody that follows her is going to be like, oh my God, Medicaid shut down. It's like, either direction, no matter what side, you need to figure out what, like, it's half the time, I'll get to you in a second, Shane. Half the time, it's impossible to really figure out what's going on.
Read a book. All right.
Yeah, but
dumbing it down. Read a book.
Prove it. I mean, like, get the facts if you can.
Sit there and
try. I mean, it's not going to affect your life either way if you can't confirm the facts. All right, Shane.
Okay. So when you were saying the left is always coming after right, saying that we got misinformation, but yet the left was controlling everything that anybody ever seen. And like they
want to throw you in prison for memes, bro.
Right. And they get their feelings so hurt because they were not disciplined properly as a child, or, got babied way too much, or whatever the case may be.
He get dropped on his head enough.
That too. I mean, they probably took a couple cycles through the ceiling fan. Who knows? I don't know. Not my monkey, not my circus. But what I'm saying is, like, they're saying that we got misinformation, but yet they end up, hey, Ryan. But they end up watching all of these videos that are actual false information. They don't go digging. They just take that one clip that went viral and just run with it.
Yeah, they're literally, say we have we have this hour-long podcast. They're going to take 30 seconds out of what Ben said earlier.
They always racist.
Look what he said. Look what he said. He's white. He's clearly white. 100%.
He's a Christian.
Christian nationalism.
My roommate's black.
He's a Muslim.
Makes no difference for anybody.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it does.
Just shows up.
He's our token white guy that's a friend with a black guy.
People just need to take their bird-sized brains and read a book. Like I said, get your facts straight before you want to agree with something.
It's definitely a very emotional, low testosterone.
And I guess the biggest thing too is you're not gonna agree with everything a politician does, because for one, they're politicians. Money's in their pocket. People are paying them to do stuff. But you can look at every decision that they make and see, what you lean towards more. Because, Trump does stuff that I'm sure all of us don't like. Trump's an idiot. He is. But for our country, he's the best thing that we have right now. And
better than what we have.
He's a businessman at the heart, so he knows what he's doing when it comes to the economic side of things.
Negotiating.
And he's got balls of steel when it comes to war and propaganda. So,
he doesn't have a hand shoved up his rear controlling his mouth.
See, and the thing too about
JD
the left,
Vance is even crazier, bro.
The thing about the left is they're so big on normalizing stuff and accepting things, but they can't accept that you're gonna disagree with somebody. And I guess that's the biggest thing when it comes to everybody on the left, like LGBT people and dogs, cat wannabes. I don't know, but you're not gonna agree with the person next to you.
Long story short, everybody saw.
Snowflakes.
Low testosterone.
Be a man if you're not one already, and don't be if you're not a man at birth.
There's two genders, as there always
was.
You're
canceled. You're canceled.
We never were scheduled, bro.
The amount of people that were infuriated by that.
It's like,
don't care.
It's always only been
But
two.
see, when that happened, when he was like, when Trump said there's only two genders, male or female, people literally thought that because they were claiming something else, they were going to get hunted down and killed. I was seeing stuff on X where it was like, I'm going into hiding now because I'm transgender or something. I
still see people talking about Project 2025, bro.
We're here. What's going on?
Hello.
And it's like, bro, if you're still pushing this as a point, the bro has denounced this thing.
It doesn't make a difference
times. Now. We're here, baby.
Do it, Trump. Do it.
Execute Order 66. All right. Yo, Ryan. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. second place.
Second place.
So technically, Mike got last place.
Was
the biggest smack.
So you was talking some mate. Where's Mike at?
Get him on here.
Mike,
I'm not done with him.
I'm
not done with him.
He's probably doing wedding stuff.
I'm finna text Mike. We finna do this, dude. We here.
I'm not even gonna lie. Even
stuff.
after he was like, "Man, this is rigged. This is rigged."
Well, I could tell Ryan was disappointed, but I mean, he was second place. And then Mike was like, Mike pulled up at the end, like in his truck. And I was like, this dude's like mad, bro.
See, but you know where Mike failed? Mike seemed himself as a burden compared to Shane when he was there. Because when me and Dylan were talking about stuff on the side, we were like, "So who do y'all think won?" And him and Ryan were talking amongst ourselves. And Mike said, "I'm already gonna let you know it's not either one of us." And I'm like, "We're like Shane's the only other person here."
Well,
so he also lost part of the reason
Justin was still there.
Because he was about to leave. I think he was packing up, getting ready to go.
It was right at that moment. See, we had our little discussion, and then right when we came back, Justin was. Because I had the points right here. Justin was in the lead by a lot.
A lot.
And then as soon as I sit down and I was like counting the points, as soon as I got them added up and saw that Justin was in the lead, he was like, "Yep, I'm headed out." And I was like, this makes it, I said this out loud. I was like, "Oh, this makes it interesting." And then I just let him go. I didn't tell him like, "Hey, bro, you're in the lead. You might want to stay." I was just going to let him do it, just like I let Ryan leave.
Mike started denying himself until we started leaving.
But yeah, I mean, he left. Justin left. So I'm not saying like Shane didn't like. You won, bro. Like you won. But like if he would have stayed, I asked everybody who was going to vote for everybody if he would have been there, and his points, like he was going to win.
Yeah.
If he would have stayed though, we probably would have did what we had planned though.
Yeah, we would have finished. But Justin, like shout out. Appreciate you for coming and helping.
Yeah,
I didn't ask him to teach us anything. He just kind of did it.
Brought a fire tent.
Yeah, and he seems like a real genuine guy. So
he was trying to recruit me.
Funny.
Say,
he's hilarious.
Oh man. So I had I was trying to stalk y'all while y'all were discussing. So I was like, I'm gonna go around, but he was back there. And he's like, I will make eye contact with him while he's taking a poop. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "You gonna watch?" And I was like, "Oh,
yes."
Shane did it too. Shane was like, "Hey,
I've never seen this."
I didn't do it.
I thought you Ryan, said you were picking with him because you said you made him go.
Oh yeah, I was picking on Ryan about it because when Justin came back, he was like, "Yeah, this man was trying to watch me take a dookie." I said, "What'd he do?" He said, I asked him if he was gonna watch it. He said, "Huh?" And just stared at him a couple more seconds before he finally realized, like, oh, he's actually taking a dookie.
Bro was squatting with his pants pulled down. I don't think you can mistake that for anything else.
I mean, he's just squatting. I don't know what he's doing.
He might have been peeing.
I mean, he's squatting while you pee.
Something like Mike probably,
low
tucks it in the toilet bowl.
So I wish Mike was here. I think he's probably in bed because
Mike he's sitting down.
It's past my bedtime, y'all. I'm usually in bed by now.
So Ryan, since you're here, bro, difference between Forge 3 and 4.
Forge.
You went from DNF, you quit, to you got second place.
Well, yeah, I was about to say I quit the first time, but
what's the difference, bro?
I don't know. It just ran smoother for some reason. I don't know why. I'm just kind of like, and maybe it's because everybody left and you don't have to account for everybody.
Nicotine.
I don't know. I think because it got knocked down to 3.
Shane's like, shut up.
It was like, well, Shane deserved it. I mean, he talked, I was sitting here and he said fire and pit. I was like, what are you talking about? And so he come and taught me and educated me. So I was like, that's what's up. But aside from that,
I mean, I voted for Shane to win the third one too, but he was my partner, so he was slept on. He was real quiet on that third one, and so here's
he was
my
still
dilemma.
getting to know us though. He was a lot. Shane was a lot more comfortable with us this go around.
My dilemma with Mike winning the third one, which he's not here, but I think I've talked to him about this. But I was like, I thought I was the only one that was like, oh, Mike won. Like, I feel like I didn't think he should have won, in all honesty. And, like, I didn't think Tyler should have even got top 3. I would have been happy with Troy. But the way we explained the voting system, I feel like we did it wrong. So we live and we learn. You know, I'm not taking that away from him. He still got the trophy. They still got their prize.
Because they were liabilities.
Yeah, like people were like, well, they did try the hardest. It's because they were the most out of shape. So there's that. We'll keep going. I do thoroughly think that Mike proved himself this last Forge. Like, it was a lot easier Forge physically, but still, like, with what we were doing, he was like literally like, we paid him to come to the third Forge, literally, like, and like we had to convince him to come and be like, bro, we'll pay you a day's wage just to come. And this time he paid his way. He even bought equipment. Like, he was all into it. His mindset completely changed from Forge 003 and 004. And I wouldn't have been mad if any 3 of y'all would have won, because y'all. I mean, Shane, obviously,
I'm glad y'all were the top 3 for sure.
Shane, you didn't, in my mind, you didn't improve much, but that's just because you were in my group and I got to know you better last time. But you're the reason you didn't do well in the third Forge is because of you were a little more, like you were saying, you were kind of being uptight and antisocial.
Yeah.
But with Tier 4, you were wide open, man. And that's why everybody noticed you. In a lot of situations, you don't want to be noticed, but like with this Forge, if you want to, like, here's a quick tip: if you come later in the future, if you want to win, you have to show out. Like, you have to, like,
we're gonna ask you to talk.
You want everybody to vote for you. You need to make yourself known, and everybody did that this time. Like, there was really nobody that like stuck to themselves. I don't think
it was hard to kind of see, you know,
that finished.
It was hard to see anybody excel physically because we didn't do a whole lot physically. But I will say, Shane, my vote for Shane definitely was towards him being a lot more open. Which, I mean, like, hanging out with him, though, like me and him personally, though, he's been more open with me, but, and that helped with that. But he was more open with everybody because of that.
Even physically, we're not looking for, like, people that just stand out physically as much as we're looking for people that try. Like, you really only get punished points-wise if you don't try. If you're slacking because you're just not trying, that's when, okay, these guys, they tried, they get more points than the people that didn't try. We actually, we score every event differently, so
we score everything.
There's no way to game it because we're just coming up with it as we go. I literally was like, there was one point where there was a burnt pancake and I made it for Mike. Mike made Ryan eat it. So I took a point from Mike and gave it to Ryan because I was like, that counts, bro. Sorry.
Yeah,
I gave it to you. So that's just, if you come to the Forge, that stuff, like attention to detail and little stuff like that, is what you're going to get your little points. So there's that. And I think we gave Justin a couple points for like stepping up and being like, hey, we could do this. Yeah, this is how you patrol. But so overall, how'd y'all like the Forge? I think everybody pretty much agrees it was the best one.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot better than 03 for sure.
Why do y'all think it was better?
Because it wasn't balls hot.
Yeah, that definitely improved it. Like,
no, it definitely wasn't that. It was just the fact of, like, it was a little more, I wouldn't say structured, because, I mean, it was basically set up the same way. Just, different activities and better time scheduling, shall I say.
I definitely feel like me, and I feel like this weighed into it. I'm not just trying to like brag on myself, but I feel like I came off more as like, this is what we're doing. I felt like I was more confident. I don't really remember the third forge as much, but I feel like it was more of like, all right, guys, this is what we're doing. Kind of, I don't know. I feel like I've gained that confidence because,
all right, guys.
Third
wasn't
forge,
that intimidating, was I?
the third forge, it was like, all right, we're trying to convince as many of y'all to come as we can. It's free. But the fourth forge, I was like, all right, we want this to be a premier event. We're finna, like, it's going to cost, and we're going to have some standards for some gear you need to bring. And that, I feel like that not only in y'all's mind elevated the event, it may not, like, you know, in your, I don't know what word I'm trying to say. Like, you may not have known it did, but like somewhere in your mind, it raised the event. The event, it's like, okay, I'm paying money for this. I'm going to try a little harder. Or like Ryan was like, I'm invested. I'm not quitting. And I feel like maybe even I was like, okay, we're doing this. Like, this is what we're doing. So let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't care.
I get
Ryan, are you going to get one of those trophies?
Maybe one of these days.
You'll have to get
the
more confident
latest
than that.
reaction, Tom. He's like,
I don't know, brother. You gonna send me one? So what about our patches? Taylor.
Where they at?
Taylor, where you at, bro?
where's he at?
Bro was like, I'm gonna send them to y'all.
And then left for Academy.
Yeah, just haven't heard from him since.
Might be
I don't
dead.
even have a patch, so y'all don't worry. Ben and Taylor got them
I only
before
got,
the forge even happened.
I only got one because I went to his house.
Technically, Taylor doesn't get one, so let's go take his.
Yeah.
I guess he can have it. Well, wait for Shane.
He's gonna say,
I'm still here.
I'll ask you, right? Okay. What do y'all think we could do to improve? Well, let's first off say your favorite part, and then what we can improve. And go ahead. Ben, you could even say something. I think my favorite part is it's so good. It's so good. The pancakes.
Yeah.
the black pancake.
Pancakes were fire.
There was only like 2 of those.
Even though my boy.
That's not a good answer, Ryan. That was a joke answer.
Well, my favorite part was firearms training.
Some of that
'cause,
yum yum.
I know Zach Diddley about shooting a handgun well. I think I shot better than what I did the range day prior, but still, that's always going to be my favorite part, is getting hands on.
Yeah, you're getting better.
But I think my least favorite part is always going to be the downtime. That's just of it. But because I
think on the downtime. Sorry, go ahead.
like that's how it is in the State Guard. Like when there's downtime and we're literally doing nothing, or I'm sitting in a class that is meaningless, then I'm just here, you know.
Good, that means we'll do more of it.
Exactly. That's what made you quit the
Yep.
first time.
Reason
It's
why
definitely
we do
mental
that.
because
Yeah.
nobody slept, and we're just sitting here by the fire. Nobody knows. Like, I'm the only one that knows what we're doing next. So it's just like everybody's like, "Are we done?" And I think that's like we had a lull, and that's when Justin left too. So,
Yeah,
which he had other
we were
reasons to
also
leave,
waiting
but-
for Cookie too. We were.
Oh yeah, it was both times were him.
It was
It's
him.
still
Yeah,
Peyton's fault.
left for a stupid dog the first time,
And a
then the second
haircut. Who schedules a
Yeah.
haircut during the forge?
on a weekend.
I could have gave him that haircut.
Yeah, he didn't get a haircut. He got like a little bit trimmed
I
off.
got
the top.
half a shave.
Yeah, I should have just done it out there.
I can't pay.
It's like a fluff cut. It wasn't even a buzz cut. All right, so Shane, what about you, bro?
No, I definitely agree about the whole downtime thing. I think, during those situations when kind of file in and, go on a hike, when you get out into the woods and you just go on a good hike with some, genuine people, you get to have some awesome conversations and, truly get to know people, regardless if you're in a group of two or a group of four, however big, you just all get to bounce things off of each other's heads and you get to learn new things. Um, the the downtime is a big, big, big thing for me. Like, I mean, even right now, I'm fidgeting and I can't sit still for too long. Otherwise, like, yeah, I'm just going to sleep. But,
Well, that's why it's a good part of the test.
right. I mean, I understand it, but I feel like, downtown would be closer to like maybe 30, 40 minutes before, dinner or, bed or something. Even then, I think possible shift changes would be, I wouldn't say shift changes. I guess you could say, paired, paired fire watch. Because somebody liked to sleep through their
I
fire
did.
watch.
Oh yeah, we had somebody the first time ever that we called them.
Yep.
We don't know. We still don't know who to blame. I think it was Ben.
It
But,
was not me. I was
It was
awake.
either Ben or Ryan.
Well, I'll
Ryan went
explain.
back
Let
to
me
his
explain.
sleeping bag.
I did have an
went
idea
back
though.
to his sleeping bag.
I went. Yeah, that's a definite no, bro.
So
that should have just. That should. I think we did dock you points for that.
So
I
what
think.
had happened was Ben woke me up like he was supposed to. Cool. So I
Because I remember
I
seeing
was
you
up
up.
for a little bit, and then
That's why I thought it was whoever was
And
after
then-
you. Taylor?
I accidentally fell asleep, and then next thing you know, Dylan comes walking over and kicks me, and says, "Hey, get up."
Oh yeah, it was you. I looked at I sat there and was like, nobody's up. And then I was like, now I got to do the math in my head to see whose turn it is. So I was like, the time, all right. I was like, it's Ryan.
Well,
I went over there. I said, Ryan, get your butt up, bro.
And then
I'm gonna rat somebody out too.
because the fire was out, and I had to get the fire back going, so I stayed up for
The fire
double,
was completely out when we all
and
woke
then I
up.
woke up Taylor.
Dude, Justin, bro.
And then Justin had it
We
blazing.
took points from Justin for that, for throwing all of our firewood on there and then going back to bed. Bro said he got cold.
Here, I'm a bust somebody else out. When it was their fire watch, they decided to just lay in their sleeping bag and push a log closer to the fire.
It was probably Mike.
No, it was you. You told everybody that's what you were doing.
Oh
just
yeah,
kept
no, I
moving
had
the
one
log
big
forward.
log.
I think
can't
Ryan
move
was
it.
up there, man.
Yeah, I won't deny that. I never left my sleeping bag. I just woke up and I was throwing sticks in the fire
Well,
while I was there.
We just need embers, guys. We don't need a blaze the whole time. I mean, it was cold, but
Oh, it was definitely
get
cold.
closer to the fire. I mean,
Yeah, I found a giant log and I just started pushing it slowly into the fire. It was working, and then I woke up with Ryan and I was like, "Where's the log, dude?"
all right. So back to what Shane was saying. Actually, my idea originally for that forge was group fire watches. So that's definitely something in our next event, which is tentatively named the Crucible. We're not
Copyright.
like there's probably not going to be a fire for night one. It's like, but you're going to have to, in your group of 3 or 4 people, have fire watch, which is just pulling security. Maybe 2 people sleep, 2 people pull security.
See, we're not gonna want to have.
Which is really the point of Firewatch, is the pulling security aspect, and obviously it's a challenge. But I mean, we don't like the fire could go out. We can get it started back.
So
Bro's
I-
raising his hand.
yeah. because I don't like interrupting people when they're talking, and I accidentally do
Well,
it
I
whenever.
just, whenever Ben talks, we just talk over him because we
I
can't
mean,
hear.
yeah, that's easy
Yeah.
because we could barely hear them to begin with. But what I was saying is that I forgot what I was going to say.
That's important. So what do
Well,
you
like-
think, guys? What was your favorite part, Shane? I think Ryan said the, I don't know, the firearms training. Your favorite part?
Breakfast, for sure.
Breakfast is good, dude. I ain't
No,
gonna lie.
it's not because of the food. It was because of the laughs that we had.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a good wholesome moment to be
Beef.
110% honest.
Beef struggle.
Just some good, it's some good,
Good old
Ben
boy.
canceled. It's just some good old goofing off, you know.
Like
All
nobody
right,
was
so-
taking it serious.
Do you have anything, Ben?
I don't really have a. Well, I would say my least favorite part was
Well, I was asking about your favorite.
Oh well, my favorite would be the amount of participation I see in anybody. Definitely a lot more than we had the last four.
Oh, dude. I
It
feel like
felt-
everybody came in
It felt good that
knowing what
like,
was going on.
Yeah, it felt good that people were more excited to do stuff and ready to have a more attentive schedule. But as for a least favorite though, I feel like we did need to hike in a lot further when we first got to camp.
Yeah.
That would have been
Hayden was
better.
our leader, so.
Yeah, he was.
All right, fellas.
I
I
Which
guess
one of y'all said
I'll-
that? All right, real quick. What was your what can we do to improve, Shane?
reduction of downtime.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make sure we get 4 hours next time of downtime. No, I'm just kidding. All right, dude.
All right, man.
So, guys, that's Forge 004 review with our new biggest asset. Bye-bye, Mike. So,
You
Mike,
suck,
you got to
Mike.
come on the pod, bro. But, yeah, I feel like that was a really good Forge. Wasn't as physical as I'd like, but I feel like we got out of it what we wanted to get out of it. And I am satisfied.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's probably the first Forge we've left, and I was satisfied with how it went. Like the first one, I was like, I feel like it didn't go. Like I feel like everybody quit. It was really just the order way we did everything. 'Cause
Yeah.
the
Everything
first
really
day was
jumbled
longer
together.
than the second day,
Yeah.
and then the second one, I was just so tired. It was 2 days,
That one.
and it was just the July.
That one was
It was
bad.
or it was May really, but it was just bad. I was just sick of looking at y'all. And the third one, I didn't feel like we picked the right winner. Which I mean, I'm not taking it away from Mike or any of them because you won how we laid it out. I just felt like we had room to improve.
He's gonna be like, oh,
I didn't feel like we did enough fireside faith talk. There you got the selfie going on in the third one. And then the fourth one, I feel like it was just right.
yeah. Fourth one was
So-
like Goldilocks for sure.
Yeah, we definitely can. I think I like what they're talking about with the no downtime. Like we could just. Originally, what I wanted to do is everybody pack up and we just like ruck and then do stuff. But it worked out. We're good. Y'all come to the next Forge in September. Reach out. Come to the Crucible. Bro got a new setting. Bro changed his background. You should have kept this background the whole time.
I was gonna go to my laptop, but I wanted to be close to the baby. I mean, to my computer stand area. Yeah. But that's
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all for watching as we try to figure out how to do what we've done the most of. Whoa.
it was
Got
just
a
a
Lego
Lego
set.
It was Lego
All right.
set.
Peace out, guys. Do the
Adios.
stuff in the comments and subscription stuff. Whatever you do. Bye.